I think the tides are turning. I do.
The tides, with the tides of the ocean,
No.
the tides of our lives.
No, the only thing that matters right now, which is Meghan Markle and Harry. Um, I'm not kidding. I think the British press,
Yeah.
because we are dealing with, she is a member of the royal family, no matter what y'all want to say about it or how
Yeah.
it went down in these past 4 years. At the end of the day, that's Harry's wife.
Yeah.
That is the Queen's granddaughter-in-law. That is the mother of the Queen's great-grandchildren, who are 7th and 8th, 9th and 10th, whatever they are, in line for the motherfucking throne. For a monarchy that people are sick of, that has no relevance, that is spending billions and billions of dollars
Yeah.
on these royal protocols when they have homeless people in the streets.
Yeah.
The young people like her. The young people love him. So I think Charles and William are now trying to change the tide of the narrative, because I have seen multiple interviews in the UK press where they are taking normally mean and rude people who don't rock with Meghan to task for the environment and the vibe that the hateful energy that they've put toward Meghan. Like, I was like, wait, what? Which is weird, because these are the same people that you could Google that they too had said some shit in the past. So what happened there?
Yeah. Some of the speculation I read was that, like you're mentioning, there is some fear among the current royals that the monarchy is not really something that the youths want. It's antiquated, and I think that there are a lot of mixed feelings from people of, I would say, maybe not necessarily our generation, but younger than us, who I think would probably prefer to abolish it. And my guess is that they are hip to the fact that they could lose their jobs. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, the young people have a lot of power, and if they're kind of sick and tired of the way that, that things are going, I can you abolish the monarchy? Can you get rid of it?
I mean, listen, they would have to have a hardcore revolution and figure it out. It's not going to happen overnight. And are they organized enough? These are motherfuckers that, are still living in their parents' house out of necessity. You know what I mean? So who will revolutionize and do this? But I will say, it's going to be hard too, because I saw the line.
Yeah.
Just to get into the line, to look at the casket. It ain't even an open casket. Why are we getting in line for? Ain't nothing to see here. It's a box you can see on TV.
Yeah, my guess is that it's like a historical thing, right? You can look back and be able to say that you were there and that you were, able to see her. You're not really seeing her, but maybe just something that you can say, I was there when, I remember this,
Dude, the line is insane, and there are people in that line saying they're willing to wait for days. And I'm like, to look at a box covered in a sarong? I mean, I guess, girl, I guess. But Meghan has done very well. She's taken almost, if I have 9 points, if I have 10 points for BRPR,
yeah,
she's done 9 of them. She messed up on one. She's had one misstep. Listen, at the end of the day, what we're really dealing with is anybody that has shit to say to her. Just the vile, gross shit that they have to say. Every move she makes, then white people are going to be mad. It doesn't matter what she does.
Right.
Whatever she does, they're going to be mad. But there's a way to play it to where you have to make them look stupid while they're trying to make you look stupid. So she did everything. I said, wear black. I said, if Harry can't wear the uniform, don't fight. Have him wear his little black outfit, send him to the barber, let him show up, and it is what it is. I said, that statement, it better not come from both of y'all. It better be Harry alone. Only let Harry talk.
Yeah.
He got that right. He didn't even put an M is not even in the emblem at the top of the stationery. They are paying attention.
You think somebody sent them your tweets?
Yes, I really do. And
She carries that little business card.
Because BRPR is in effect. She's my first client, and she's done mostly what I said. One of my notes would be, and listen, this is one of the things. Again, whatever she does, then white people are going to be mad, because the real hatred towards her is rooted in racism. That's it. They'll talk shit about every royal, right? Mm-hmm. But not to the vitriolic level that they're doing to her. She's, Harry's girl is straight out of Compton, and the references to monkeys and shit like that. That shit is crazy.
Gross. Yeah.
And in her own words, that's what caused her mental health to falter, is when these are her words, not mine, when she was treated like a black woman, meaning she navigated her life in white spaces, in what she says as a mixed woman, that was better for her than being treated all the way full black. But at the end of the day, I don't know what she thinks, but ma'am, I think maybe she believes she's white passing it, but that's a light-skinned black lady to me, but...
As we've established, I can't say shit about Meghan Markle.
You can't say shit.
Can't say anything.
You really can't say shit.
I can't say anything, so I'm going to be really quiet.
You can't even say that. Because if you say I'm going to be quiet, then people assume that you don't fuck with her, and even that's a problem.
I can't say anything. I can't say anything at all because I don't want it to be misconstrued. But I think that, listening to her talk on that podcast with Mariah Carey and to read some of the, recent quotes from her article in The Cut, I can see why she would have this rude awakening in how she was treated, because if she was raised primarily by her dad and lived with her white half of the family for the majority of her life, and, and if she surrounds herself, I don't know who her friends are, but I mean, the ones that I do know, like the Canadian lady, Jessica Mulroney, white. She had a white husband before, right? She got a white husband now. So she might just be more comfortable in that space because that's what she lived with and is used to. Did you
listen?
Wait, did you ever see The Jerk? Remember how comfortable Steve Martin was and could not believe he wasn't black?
His body was doing that dance.
That was my favorite movie as a teenager. I loved that movie so much. I thought he was so fucking funny, but maybe it's the same thing. She's just Steve Martin going out into the world like, wait, what?
Well, I think that her interview with Mariah Carey was really the most telling. And there's a lot of nuance to this. I feel like if you have any criticism of Meghan Markle, automatically, you're racist. But here's the thing, I'm biracial too, motherfucker. I can say what I want to say. But I think that her interview with Mariah Carey was illuminating in the sense that at one point during that conversation, there was a conversation about hair. Mm-hmm. And Meghan Markle and Mariah Carey were having two different conversations because they're two different kinds of biracial women. One is totally, actually, racially ambiguous. Mm-hmm. And the other believes that she is, but is not. Mm-hmm. So one I'm looking at and I'm like, yeah, that's a half black, half white lady. And the other one I'm looking like, I don't know where Mariah Carey came from. What is all this?
Yeah.
So Mariah Carey started talking about the hair, and all biracials have been in a position, especially if you work in, television or anything that requires, hair and makeup, where the makeup artist or the hair person is not going to know what to do with you. Yeah. They've never known it. You got to come fully prepared. You know how many times I've brought my whole own duffel bag of every product that I do, and I come camera ready because they are not going to know what to do with my hair. And whatever they do with it, I'm not going to be happy. So the conversation that they had about having their hair weighed down with products and their curls looking wrong, that's a real thing because there is not very much diversity in that realm. It's a real issue.
When you have Mariah Carey money, do you have access? I mean, even Meghan Markle money, do you have access to have your own people with you, or are you always at the whim of?
Oh, no. They're on a whole other level. I'm a fucking reality person. I got to come ready. Ain't no makeup artist going to be on there. Girls behaving badly, they're not ready. They're nobody's not going to know what's in my shit. And after a while, you just come with a fucking blowout and you just let them, touch it up. Because trying to wear your curls on national television, if the hair and makeup person is not there, like Mariah Carey has a person. That person is always available. Meghan Markle has a person. And we're talking a lot of money to have this person at all times. And I know it's a thing.
Okay.
Anyway, at one point during that conversation, they were talking about how their hair gets oversaturated with products because the person doing it has no idea what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And Mariah Carey says, or Meghan Markle says, oh my God, so much product. And then Meghan Markle says, the Murrays, or something like that. And Mariah Carey goes, Meghan Markle just said Murrays. And it was completely innocent and fine. But what I heard in between there was Mariah Carey, who has openly always, like, nobody's confused about Mariah Carey being black. Mariah Carey will tell you. Mariah Carey has established in years of press that what we're not going to do is pretend I'm not black. Mm-hmm. That's the vibe she gives. Everybody knows it. That's the energy she puts into the world. So when she said it, I heard it as, oh, Mariah Carey saying, not Meghan Markle, who I believe is white identified, talking about Murrays. That's what that was.
Yeah.
If you're not a biracial person and you don't know about these products, then you didn't hear it that way. You just heard two women who are biracial. And then Meghan Markle said, well, I think it's different for us. I think it's different for us as mixed women. And then Mariah Carey adjusts that too. Mariah Carey says, yeah, that's interesting, mixed woman. You would think it would be okay to say that, but they want you to choose. That seems like a perfectly neutral statement. But what Mariah Carey is saying is, as a biracial person, when you navigate the world, when they want you to choose, the they is you need to be bold and upfront with black, and mixed comes off weird. It may very well be the truth. But when you lead with mixed and you say, I was treated like a mixed race woman, what you're saying is, the silent part is, I was treated better because I wasn't all the way black. And so Mariah Carey was saying that. Was just, when people go, interesting.
Yeah.
And they really mean,
yeah. Like,
I heard that
like
too.
An easy pause to kind of like try to not maybe soften the thing that she wants to say. Like, I disagree with you, but like, no, I'm not going to say I disagree with you.
I think Megan was thinking that they were having a very similar conversation, but they weren't, because at the end of the day,
they were finding common ground.
Yes, but at the end of the day, these are two very different biracial women with two very different experiences.
Yeah.
With two very different heads of hair.
Yeah.
That it makes a big difference in the way you navigate and move in the world as a biracial. That's the fucking real ass truth, and I don't give a shit who's mad because I said it. I said it.
Just because of your hair? It's
different.
So can I ask you, like, growing up, because obviously I have zero experience being a biracial woman. I'm as white as they come. I know that you've said before, like, you felt sometimes as a teen that you feel like you never really like fit into one specific place. So when you say that they want you to choose, like, who's they? Is it
the they is everybody that ain't biracial? It could be white folks, it could be black folks. Because what happens is when you stand true and real in your shit and you're like, I'm black.
Yeah.
Pause. And Filipino. But like, anybody that knows me personally is, if they walk away from a conversation with me They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, Melissa is not fucking with you on that black shit. Do not say the wrong shit because she. Good luck with that. But I've had to establish that because
Yeah.
I just, at some point down the line, you just get so tired of people using your ambiguity to feel comfortable in saying fucked up shit that nobody should be saying. Red, white, black, yellow, purple, green. Nobody should be saying that shit. And so you have to constantly police that shit and make sure that they know where you stand in that realm. You know what I'm saying? And I've had conversations with biracial people that be saying some wrong shit. And I'd be like, don't
So
say
like
that.
racist, like racist stuff to you, like white people would say, like
Oh, yes.
racist things about black people, and they want you to what, side with
Co-sign
them?
that.
Okay, got
Co-sign
it.
that, make that okay, or make them comfortable when the thing they said was wrong. And the thing about me is you will not, once you, why should you feel comfortable? Because you just annoyed me. You just offended me. Why should I make you feel comfortable in the dumb shit you just said because I don't appear black to you? That's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. You should feel stupid as fuck if you said some racist shit to me, regardless of what you fucking thought about who I am. Biracial Bill of Rights. All biracial butterflies get to decide who the fuck they are, when they are, anytime they want to decide it.
Yeah.
But for me, I think that when she was talking to Mariah Carey, it was two very different biracial women who have had two very different experiences having a conversation. Even fuck just the race part, even the diva part. Like Megan was taken aback that she was like, girl, you married a prince. Shit has to go your way. That's okay. Your pussy was on fire. First of all, deal or no deal, Suits, like you weren't an A-list actress and you went over there with your fucking Clarendon Instagram and your TV show that not very many people knew about, and you fucking married the prince. You better fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
You better say that shit, and every fucking day I would remind them, blickety black, black, deal with it.
The whole part about Diva, I think that her initial reaction to it was because I felt like the conversation about Diva up until that part had been one where we were owning it and we were celebrating being a diva, and we went back into, for anybody that hasn't listened to it yet, we went back into like talking about Mariah's mom as an opera singer and this embodiment of these like bold, ambitious women trying to make their way in the world. And so it felt very empowering. And then when Mariah said it to Megan and she felt taken aback, I think that the fact that she didn't like it is because the image that she's tried to portray this entire time has been that of like down to earth, girl next door, humanitarian who just wants to do good and just wants to like focus on charity and like a life of service. And in addition to diva being something that can be bold and empowering for women, there's also, and they covered this in the episode, that negative toxic part of it about, you know, the bitch, the one that like can't tolerate anything if it's not perfect enough. And it's like, I think that she could have embraced it in that moment and shouldn't have felt like it was a dig, because it wasn't a dig. It was like, you are allowed to be both things at once. And just because you're allowed to claim and say, you're allowed to say that you're powerful, you're allowed to say that you're all of these things, and she is. And I think that that's where the disconnect is she can't own that, maybe because the media will eat her alive, or maybe she doesn't feel like she can. But
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I think that that's the piece of it. I think that a lot of us are wrestling with how she's perceived, monitoring every move she makes. And it's like, lady, you make boss moves, stand in that shit, own that shit.
yeah,
It had to be boss moves to find the motherfucker, date him for a long enough time that he's decided you're the one, get through the wedding process, which, you know, royal protocols are insane. Then also have a boy child and have a girl child. And from there, deal with all of the hateful press at the same time. I think that we kind of all expect Meghan Markle to be superhuman in masking her emotions. And I feel like all of that could be addressed, or some of it could be addressed, if she was just like, yeah, I get it. You guys are really racist and you're upset that I'm here. However, I'm here. So deal with it. I think that where it's appearing to others as if she wants to present as meek and cooperative and all of that, that's where it bothers people. That's where people are like, oh, beneath that facade, she's cunning, she's crazy, she's this, she's that. And it's like, she may very well be, she might not be, but I feel like she's been stifled in that presentation because there is a fear that she'll look a certain way. But it's like, baby girl, they're going to have shit to say about you any which way you cut it. So I feel like, stand in that. Yes.
Yeah.
You had to have been on some level a diva to have gotten to the place where you've been. And all of that is okay. Because at the end of the day, she's my Black American princess. And I just feel like, there's nothing wrong in flaunting that. And even in that cut article, she goes, she was like, oh God, never the B word. It's like, ma'am, we're really going to pretend that you can't say bitch. Let's not get too crazy and attached to this, very soft character, because then it puts her in this like victim space, and you're not. You're a powerful motherfucker. Come on now. Anyway, yeah. Furthermore, I will say this. When a Royal Dies is the best show on television right now. Okay.
Oh my gosh. It's incredible. I watched a video today of people shouting in the street at Andrew as he walked down the street, and I was like,
Loved
oh my
it.
God, are they going to rush him?
Oh my God. Well, they arrested a guy for heckling him, and I'm just like, and then I saw in the tweet thread of people responding to the video of the guy getting arrested because he's heckled, everybody's like, it's time and place. But my thing is, when is it the wrong time to heckle an unpunished pedophile?
Right. Yeah.
It's always time to
is
fuck
now,
with them.
bitch.
Yeah. And I think that moving forward, this monarchy has to deal with a press and a media that has been so obsessed with vilifying Meghan for being half black and spending no time vilifying an actual pedophile. Like, y'all,
Right.
they're going to have to figure out how to make that work. And I think the way that they're going to make that work is they're going to have to finally get Andrew up out of here. Like, Andrew should not even be allowed to wear... Why can't Harry wear a uniform?
Right.
Harry's the one that actually did the service.
I mean, they have a history of like diddling children and marrying their cousins, and so that's just status quo. However, being racist is also status quo. So they're really just
and the mind just boggles. It's like, wow, do they teach y'all nothing in history class? We don't hate her because she's black. You guys are actual colonizers, though. What do you mean?
right.
What do you actually mean? Give them back their diamonds. But yeah, it's been amazing, and it's been like it's my soap opera every day. There's a new twist and turn every day.
Well, the most interesting thing that I found was the family tree of the Corgis that I sent to you the other day. I couldn't believe there had been that many dogs. Oh my God.
Well, my whole thing was, what is the big deal about this dog? It's just that it was her favorite dog, so she bred them.
I guess I don't know that much about it. I listened on I was listening on a podcast the other day. Corgis are apparently like fairy transportation. Like, there's this mythology around them. I've been listening to this podcast called Faycraft, and it was all about corgis and how like there's these little stories about how like the fairies would make little saddles for the corgis. So I don't know if like they must be like a British like dog, right? They must come from, or they must hail from that part of the world. I don't know why she loves them. I think they're so cute. There's a lady down the street from me that has two, and she walks them every day, and their little butts are, they just bloop, bloop, bloop down the street.
Where
they're
are
so
their
cute.
legs?
They're like little short, stubby legs.
They look like very hairy wiener dogs with no legs.
Yes. They're very
awful.
cute.
I didn't even know. I was calling them Corgis. I didn't know what the hell that dog is. But the dogs had very interesting names. I was like, not Blackie. How you gonna name the dog Blackie?
Blackie. Well, you.
What's a plover?
Yeah, I don't know. That must be like a British term.
One of them was called Windsor's Loyal Subject.
Okay, so when you breed dogs, and I only know this, and please don't send us DMs because I know it's not right anymore, and I did it when I was very young. I bought a purebred dog when I was like fresh out of college.
What's wrong with that?
The people want you to adopt, not shop, because there's so many dogs in shelters that need homes, and so it's not the preferred method, but I was young and dumb, and I thought that's the way that you got dogs.
Hold on. This is a question for a dog owner.
Yes.
Or a dog person in general. What's wrong with me? And don't attack me. I'm not a dog person, so I don't know. What's wrong with me spending money to get the exact dog that I want if I'm that much of a dog person and I'm going to take great care of the dog?
Well, that's a great question, and I'm glad you asked that. The reason being is that there are some breeders, not all, but some breeders who employ less than kosher tactics to get a full-bred dog. So there can be health problems that stem from a purebred dog because of the inbreeding that happens.
Oh.
So like, let's say a certain breed has like a tendency to have bad knees. If you keep breeding the same dog with those pure genetics over and over again, the likelihood of them having really bad knees is high. And so then you can have a dog with a lot of health problems.
That's like the Labradoodle.
Yeah, they're just really stupid.
But it's all wobbling all around and shit.
And the other problem is that you run into places like puppy mills who they just breed a dog to death to the point where, you know, she's sick and she can't get up and walk because you've just kept her fat and pregnant for like years and years and years. And she just like spits out all these puppies, and then they hoard them or they sell them to pet stores, and you should never buy from a pet store because you don't know where the dog came from and you don't know if it was bred ethically. There's a lot you can get into when you talk about it. So
so hold on.
Yeah.
When you adopt a dog.
Yes.
What if you're adopting a dog that was raggedy because it was purebred? So how is that better than the other thing? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like now you put this raggedy product, you know, on the sidewalk and someone picked it up and now you got to adopt. You know what I mean? Like, how do we fix the problem?
Hopefully that person would spay or neuter the dog and not allow the dog to breed. So that's the first thing. The second thing is if the dog already exists, well, it still needs a home. It still needs to be taken care of. So you should absolutely, if you want, you know, if there's a purebred dog that has been surrendered, or sometimes breeds will have like specific rescues. Like I know a friend who really wanted a golden retriever, so she rescued from a golden retriever rescue, and that's all they take in.
They shed so much. Why don't they breed that part out? I'm dead ass serious. They shed so much.
If you don't want a dog that sheds, then you find a breed that doesn't shed as much. My dog, Louie, was from a hoarding situation, and he was the last litter that this hoarder had forced this dog to breed. And we're not sure exactly what he is, but if you get a mutt, they're more likely to be healthier because you know, you're not breeding the same dogs over and over and over again. And there's just a lot of unethical things that can happen. And so if you're not putting money back in the system, right? So if somebody keeps buying dogs from these breeders, they keep making money, well, then what's the incentive to stop breeding? They don't care.
So the queen bred these corgis just for herself.
Yes. Yeah.
So where was
for
she
some
getting
people, it's a hobby.
Boy and girl dog?
So she would have bought them from breeders.
Weed.
Yeah, like growing. It's exactly like that. So for some people, they enjoy to show dogs. And when you show a dog, the dog obviously has to be purebred because they're looking like a perfect purebred dog will have certain characteristics that are specific to that breed. So when they go to show, they're going to look at like the way that the tail is and how their legs are and the angle of their nose and their mouth. Like the reason that I got my first dog on discount, he was supposed to be a show dog, but he had chewed on the wire mesh of his crate and chipped his tooth and was out of commission. So
that motherfucker better get a veneer. What?
You can get, I mean, they would put braces on dogs. So you can get a boy and a girl from a specific breeder because of their specific attributes and then breed them together. Now, if you're doing it for show and you're going to be ethical about it, then I think that in my mind, I think that that's okay because it's a sport. And if the animals are taken care of and loved and, you know, whatever, then great. But if you're going to like breed them, you know, just to make a quick buck. And the other thing is you don't know whose home you're sending it to. So if you have a good breeder, they'll say, if the dog doesn't work out for whatever reason, I will take it back. Where in some places, if they don't give a shit, then these dogs can go out to homes where they're not being taken care of. And then they can end up, you know, in the shelter circuit and you're just making the problem worse.
Well, I remember at the start of the pandemic, all these people started getting dogs because they couldn't sit still for 2 weeks and they needed something to do, etc.
Yeah.
And the first thing I said was, and listen, I'm a person that does not fuck with animals. I don't. But my biggest pet peeve is when people get animals and then don't take care of them. If you're going to get an animal, you need to treat that motherfucker like a human.
Yep.
It better have the best food. It better have the best veterinary services available to it. You better be cleaning its environment every day, every other day, or whatever it is. You better be brushing that motherfucker. You better be taking that motherfucker for walks and all that. I fucking hate Lloyd. But let me tell you something about Lloyd's diet. I do. I hate that motherfucker. We're going on 11, 12 weeks now. That motherfucker's still alive. I cannot stand him.
The way that we went from talking about taking care of dogs to how easily I motherfucking hate Lloyd just flew out of your mouth was just like
I do.
It's jarring.
But Maja takes care of that animal as if it was Shira. I'll tell you that. That animal, we have a special sand for it now so he can bathe himself in the little sand. He's potty trained. He goes in the little corner with the sand. That sand gets changed every day. The bedding where it gets pissy or like shitty, she goes in there with a glove and she spot cleans that shit every day. He has new fresh water every day. I'm talking about seeds. I'm talking about the brown pellet thing. I'm talking about cucumbers, tomatoes. They're sliced ever gently so. That motherfucker, he has a wheel. He has a Corvette. He has toys. He has a new little house every week. You know, even though he lives in a pet house, but he has a little house that's in the house. So it's like a bed. He has like a canopy bed.
The little Heidi.
He's spoiled rotten, but that's important for me because I'm like, if ever I see any abuse or neglect of this animal, baby, I'm opening the garage door and we're done with this. But she has taken it on and really taken care of it, and that's why, like, when people get dogs but then still have a really active social life, what is you doing? I thought you said you wanted a dog.
Yeah, I mean it's a commitment. It's definitely something, especially if you're getting a puppy, you have to be prepared to get up with it at night. And I think that, you know, a lot of folks, I mean, shit, before we got a dog, I like walked through that pet store and I priced out every single thing that I was going to have to buy. I needed to understand how much I was paying every month in grooming because this dog required constant grooming because of his hair. And then you got to look at, like, what are your vet bills going to be? How much is it going to cost to clean their teeth? You really have to be aware. And I think that some folks just, they either don't consider all those parts and pieces because getting a dog is fun and it's exciting. And if it's a puppy, oh my God, it's so cute. And so I think a lot of the time for people, emotions take over and they get so wrapped up in the, like, adorableness of it that they forget, oh my God, there's like this living thing that's going to shit in my house and chew up my shoes, and I better fucking take care of it.
And that's the thing. I have gotten a really bad rap for 20 years about Paco. I have. But the reality is, Justin Beck was not a good dog owner. That's the truth. And I saw it. It's true.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
I saw it. I saw it for what it was. I was like, I don't know why anybody, like, was there any research done here? I don't know why anybody who knows that you work 16 to 18 hours a day. Keep in mind, when we got this dog, it was the early aughts. And in the early aughts, it was emo time. And that was his clientele.
Yeah.
So we were in our heyday, okay? There was no time to take care of a dog. We were cranking. We were the shit back then.
Yeah.
We had just started dating. I said we. That was my company too. There was no, and I said, this is crazy. This is crazy. And a golden retriever, you have to run miles with that motherfucker.
Yeah, they need a yard. They need lots of space. They need lots of playtime. They need lots of brushing. They're a lot of work.
Yes, they be having hip issues, hip dysplasia, some shit. They have a lot of things.
They die
so
young.
Well,
they do. They don't last long. I think they last like 8 years. I think on average, a dog that size. Bigger dogs.
That's a long ass time.
My Chihuahua is 15. I swear to God, she's gonna kick it for another 5 years. She has no health problems. She's a little incontinent, but we just put a diaper on her and she makes her way.
Wow, golden retriever. Oh, okay. So, yeah, we had this conversation. The math is off. Okay, so 8 years is short and 20 years is long.
How's the math off?
Well, 8 years is long as fuck. 20 years is an eternity. I'm not getting a 20 dog. That's crazy. Hook me up with an 8. Matter of fact, give me a 6-monther. Because why are we doing this?
Aww. It'd be so sad.
Y'all said, Lloyd will be fun. We're going on 12 weeks.
Okay.
You know how I check the age? I check the age by going through my Instagram archives to see the day we got it. And he's still here.
You have like a little calendar every day. You just rip it off one day closer to Lloyd's demise.
And
honestly, what you should really be doing is preparing for the day when he does die to support Maja, because she's going to be devastated. I remember when my first hamster died and I can tell you what the dining room furniture looked like. We were sitting in there in our first house in Cincinnati, me and my mom, and she was holding it and she was like, I remember her saying to my dad, like, I don't think he's going to make it. And like just crying my face off because my first hamster was dying.
Yeah, okay, but I didn't sign up for this. So,
yeah,
Justin Beck.
You're going to have a little funeral. You're going to have a little box.
I know exactly where we're going to put it. Right outside her window.
Oh, that's cute.
It's going to go right outside her window. Hopefully it don't get dug up by raccoons. He's going to go in a little box and everything. He's going to get sent away with rose petals and all of that.
Okay.
We're going to dig him up and, maybe we'll plant a little tree there. Here lies Lloyd's ass.
And then you'll have another one who is going to take over his lease.
I've already decided. I'm like, when this one's gone, what we're going to do is we're going to find an unfortunate child. We're going to put it on whatever those things are, Craigslist or whatever. Calling all children who want a hamster, go talk to your mom.
You can donate it to the school. Do they have class pets?
I don't. The teachers will hate me. I have to take care of an animal.
I mean,
you know what? I'll donate it. I'll donate it to the Jewish Community Center. Yes, I will.
I bet there's like a school. I mean, my kids' classrooms have had pets in them before.
It's a beautiful home.
It's a gorgeous, modern.
And I can't wait to get it up out of here. So we're going to put out an ad and be like, this is a $200 little home for
I just want to timestamp this at 39 minutes and 19 seconds. Melissa Beck says she will never get another hamster. You're going to get another hamster. You're going to look at that sad face.
No. Amanda, stop this. Because I think that I have either long COVID, Diet Cokes don't taste the same ever since that hamster been in here.
Oh,
because
no.
I think that my hyperosmia, which is my very, very sensitive sense of smell
Yeah.
has gone into overdrive because I'm smelling for hamster piss every
Do you
day,
think it could
everywhere.
be psychosomatic?
No, 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 no. Today I smelled cat piss and kitty litter in Justin's
Cat piss and
studio.
kitty litter?
Yes, I smelled cat piss and kitty litter in Justin's studio, and I said, I don't know what this book is, and he's like, no, 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 no. It was a bag of broccoli from Costco that went bad. We didn't get, and that's the problem with buying broccoli florets from Costco. He's like, we didn't get through it, and so I had to take it out. The fridge stinks like it, and then I put it in the garage, and the trash didn't come yet, so it's in the garage. What you're smelling is broccoli, and I said, no, 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 no. The off
But that's
gassing that
really
I'm smelling,
bad, though, too.
really bad. But the off gassing that I'm smelling, what that is not a broccoli off gas. I'm smelling urine. I'm smelling cat urine. I am no longer a cat person. That shit stinks, and it's the whole downstairs. So I have gone through bundles of sage, sandalwood, nag champa. What are those little sticks?
Oh, yeah, like incense. Oh, Palo Santo. The wood?
That. Yep, that. I have a whole ass fucking lemongrass from Muji, the oil.
Yeah.
I have that running 24 hours a day. I have 2 little humidifiers running 24 hours a day.
I thought that air purifiers and all that stuff, I thought you had found a solution that you were like, oh, this is really going good. We've got, oh.
It worked for 2 days, and then I was like, I'm still smelling things. Absolutely not. I'm still smelling things, and I don't like it. And it's driving me crazy. I think my deodorant has stopped working.
No.
After I just found a solution, I think that stopped working. Every now and again, I smell like a cinnamon, weird, nutty smell. Mold. Listen, it has made my face go into fucking overdrive because I'm smelling for hamster. I don't have enough white bedding, white towels, white anything. I need to run a bleach load every single day.
Really?
Every single day, so that I can smell just bleach, because I'm telling you, this hamster being in my house has made me extremely sensitive to all smell. I can't stop smelling. I'm sick of this.
Oh my gosh. I didn't
I'm
realize
serious. Or maybe I have long COVID.
Does anybody else complain about it?
Nobody can smell what I'm smelling. Everybody thinks I'm crazy.
Is there a way to go get tested at the doctor, or is there something that they can like do to diagnose you? Is there a solution to this?
I don't know, but it's to the point where, like, I can't even. I'm supposed to have finished my lower Invisalign.
Uh-huh.
Literally in November of last year, I was supposed to finish it, but there was the gagging and this and that, so that I couldn't do it. But also, Justin has Invisalign now, and we've Googled everything. He has to soak his trays in the special stuff, and he has to do mouthwash, and we have the little disposable little carry with you toothbrushes with the fucking picks on it, flossing, tongue scraping. We have done everything, but there's a smell. There's a smell, and I don't know if it's thrush or something, or it's not there, and I'm crazy.
Wow.
I can't do the smells. I'm very upset every day, and I'm telling you, it has negatively affected my happiness, and that's all because of the hamster. Fuck that it's I'm not kidding. Fuck that it's a rodent in a box in my house. The smells that it is creating is making me very upset, and then because I'm constantly looking for that smell to try to root it out and adjust and fix it before it becomes a problem, I'm smelling everything. I'm over smelling. I can't take it. I can't. When I tell you, everything has a horrible smell to me. Scalp.
More so than it did before?
Yes. I smell
Really?
dirt. I smell, like, you know, when you clean the gutters,
Yeah.
that horrible,
It's like leafy.
that horrible periodontal disease smell. I smell that.
I think it's like earthy and yeah.
No,
outdoorsy.
it's tangy. It's tangy and wrong. Oh my God. Shira comes off the bus. No, ma'am. Did you have recess today? Yes. Straight to the shower. I can't even do this with you. Go.
Yeah,
I
the
can't.
boys
I
have been.
can't.
I've been on your level of shower right after they walk in the door because they have been walking in ripe like every single day. It's so hot. And then they just sit and bake on that bus and they come home and they're sweaty
Yes.
and smelly. I told Lennox, I was like, we're going to have to start putting some deodorant on you because I can't
I put
take it.
Yeah, I put deodorant on Maja before tap class today because I was like, I don't
Yeah.
want to see. She got off the bus. She took a quick shower. I said, rinse your body quick. Put your outfit on. Do your homework. Have a snack.
Yeah.
Put this deodorant on. And when you come back, take a new shower. Wash your hair. Do all of it again. She's like,
Yeah.
again? I was like, again,
I
ma'am.
know. My boys were like, we got to take another one after karate. I'm like, what do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And Shira, bless her heart, Shira always smells delicious. Shira loves scents. Shira is back there with all kind of oils and scrubs, and
Yeah.
I have to really focus and pay attention because she will be in that shower an hour luxuriating, bitch. I'm
Yeah.
talking about poses and all that. I'm like, what are you doing? When Shira stinks, I don't like it. I'm like, not my pretty baby. Out. I'm not doing that.
I made the mistake of offering a luxury shower a la Shira to Lennox, and now that's
Now
all
you
he
have
wants.
to do it.
Uh-huh. He loves it. And
Loves
he loves the lotion, and then we spray him down with body spray, and then he wants to smell like me, so then I have to spray a little bit of my perfume. He gets a little patchouli. Then we got to go in the room. We got to light the incense. Like he's a
That
complete
is
prince now.
hysterical. That's hysterical. Both my girls love a luxury shower, but Maja's starting to be like, you can get out. I got this.
Yeah.
But Shira loves the scalp massage. Shira loves the solar recover after. Shira loves the pushing of her cuticles back. Like she's just oof.
Yeah.
But when she stinks, no, baby, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I don't. You're right. That's what it is, Amanda. That's what it is. Because I was like, how the fuck if you went to recess hours ago, do you still smell like this? It's baking on the bus.
On the bus. Because they leave the windows up and it's so hot. I mean, when I tell you they walk home wet, like the underneath layer of their hair, Lennox's is just stuck to his forehead. Like he's been taking a shower on the bus. It's disgusting.
Ooh, no, I can't do the bad smells. Shira loves to have her tongue scraped and her little teeth flossed and all that. Yeah, so the hamster again. Lloyd has sent my shit into overdrive. Earlier you had texted that you got in trouble for being mean, and I was like, let me ask you why. I forgot to ask you why.
Yeah, so in the morning yesterday, I'd gotten home from work, I had my coffee, and there were a handful of cleaning supplies that I had just run out of over the weekend. And so I placed a mobile order at Target, and Chris was getting ready to run out to do the shopping for the week. So I said, hey, when you are ready to go by Target, I'll hit the little icon that tells them I'm coming, and then I'll give you the code and you can pick it up. And I said, they shorted me on a specific kind of liquid plumber. So make sure that when they give you the receipt that that's taken off. They said it was, so just double check. And he was like, oh, well, we shouldn't put liquid plumber down the drains because it's bad for the drains. And I was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I said, our shower is so clogged. The water is like piling up in the shower
Ooh,
floor.
I hate that.
I do too. And I was like, it's going to become a problem. We have to clear the drain. And I said, and it's crazy because I literally just cleared the drain like 3 weeks ago because Quinn had been showering in our shower a lot and she's got so much hair. So I figured that was it. And I was like, but I can't figure out why it's backed up again. Well, then I go in later in the afternoon after he tells me that I can't use this and he tells me to use baking soda and vinegar, which, okay, I'll try it.
Don't
It's
nobody
not
got
gonna
time
work.
for that.
I know. So I pour a
Chemicals!
whole thing of vinegar, a whole bunch of baking soda, and then I go and I spray my shower down to marinate it. And as I'm marinating it and scrubbing the grout, I see little piles of chest hair.
Oh,
So-
damn. He's shaving in there?
Yes. So then
And
he's in the bedroom later.
They become dense little clumps.
Yes, correct. And then they become dense little clumps in your drain. So he's sitting in the bedroom. I'm in the bathroom finishing cleaning up. And I said something about the Drano. And he's like, well, you got to put it down. I was like, you told me I couldn't put it down, so I'm not going to put it down. I'm just going to keep doing your dumb natural shit, and it's not going to work. And then this is still going to be backed up. He was like, oh my God, just do it. So I poured it down there. And then I was like, I wouldn't be in this situation if you didn't leave all of your chest hairs in the floor of the shower. No, I cleaned it all up. I gathered them all up when I was done. And I was like, okay, really? And so I'm grabbing, and I make this little 1/2-inch big ball. And I go, this was left. So you didn't clean. You thought you cleaned, but you didn't clean. I go, this would be like if the children said they cleared their plate and left their silverware and their cup at the table. You would be like, guys, you didn't clear your place. So don't try to semantics with me.
I'm trying to understand where the mean come in.
I was like, you do this every time you shave your chest. If you're going to do this, we might as well just get it waxed. And then we don't have to worry about hair in the shower. And then 100%. I don't have to be pissed off. And he's like, I only do it I know this is going to stir up this argument again, because he's going to listen to this and be like, I can't believe you talked about this on the podcast. But I was like, every time you fucking shave your chest, there are always clumps of chest hair in the shower. I don't care that you tell me you didn't do it for the last 8 months. I know you did because I saw them. They're there.
But I'm trying to find out when did you get mean?
My delivery was too harsh because I said that he did it every time.
You are the nicest person. Listen to me. You are so kind. I think that was a perfectly nice exchange.
He said that it's not fair that I say every time when it is every time, but
It is every time, though.
It is every time, though.
If I'm going through bottles of liquid plumber.
And then I was like, you clean up your chest hairs like you clean up the piles of paper that you leave in the kitchen. So then I started to pile on.
Where now that was fighting words, because I said leave the man's papers alone. Don't worry about the motherfucking papers.
Like those 4 pairs of shoes that you left at the front door that I keep putting in front of your closet passive aggressively, hoping that you'll get the message to put them on the specific shoe shelves that we paid California Closets a ton of money to put in your closet so that you have a place for your shoes. Like that? Okay. How about that watermelon you left on the counter last week? And we got all those fruit flies?
This is sounding to me like just long-term marriage. I don't think there's nothing mean about any of this.
Well,
I don't think there's anything mean about any of this. In fact, the fact that nobody has gotten stabbed, we have no restraining orders, no domestic violence. Have there been police here? Has there been volume issues? None. No. This is just regular conversation. Because let me tell you something. I was just told I was mean. I took that shit as a compliment. What about it?
What did you do that was mean?
I exist, bitch. I'm mean. Because I'm going through my time and everything stinks in here. I can't do it. And I'm upset. And he was like, well, first of all, calm down. Well.
Oh, no.
Well, you've started it now. You should have said, why can't I tell you to calm down? Because I don't. I'm perfectly calm. And here's the other thing. This is the problem. When men say something that tips you off, that irks you, that is the actual catalyst for the way that they are about to be dressed down, when they rewind it and say, no, that's not what I said. I said this, this, and this. Suddenly the retelling is calm and nice. First of all, motherfucker, if you had said it calm and nice like that, we wouldn't be having this conversation. That's not how you said it. No, don't do that. That's how you said it. No, Melissa, I said, no, babe, be careful with that because, motherfucker, that is not what you said. And that's why all the time I think about that Dave Chappelle episode where there was a stenographer on the man's back. We need... You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly. She's like backwards with her little dress and her little keyboard. Her legs are hanging off the little chair.
We need a stenographer in the house at all times because that's not what you said. That's not what you said, and that's not the tone with which you said it. Yeah. And your tone and delivery, sir, yours, not mine, because mine only exists this way because of the way you came at me.
Okay, so that also happened yesterday. Because I didn't like the tone in which he told me about how we were no longer allowed to use the liquid plumber because it damages the pipes. And I was like, well, you don't have to be mean to me. he was like, well, no, it felt more like, it wasn't like aggressive, but it was like, well, I heard the other day that you're not supposed to put that down your pipes because it's going to damage the pipes. And I was like, okay, but we've bought it for like as long as we've been homeowners together and we've never had any issues. So now why all of a sudden, when I tell you that I've bought more, is it now a problem? And now you're telling me this, like I shouldn't have bought it? How was I supposed to know? Maybe you could have prefaced that with, I had been reading an article the other day and I heard that this might be a problem, so we probably don't want to do it anymore. I'll find a solution for unclogging the drain. Because he too has been taking a shower in there. He too has to have recognized that the water was backing up.
Listen, I think you probably are very nice. I think you probably responded in kind, 100%. I think that these are long-term marriage conversations. I also feel like, men, how long have you been knowing us? You should know exactly how I'm going to react to the tone with which you came to this conversation. You should know exactly, and then act accordingly. So,
I mean, we're nothing if not consistent.
Correct. What I get upset about is, do you know me?
Right.
You knew if you said, no, like that, that I was going to go, first of all, motherfucker, who are you talking to like that? Don't explain that shit to me. I'm doing this. What are you talking about?
Right.
No, you don't have to take it there. It got took in there. It got took in there because of how you're talking to me. No, babe, honestly, I think that you're reacting in a way that everything triggers you because you've experienced trauma. Bitch, don't.
Oh, he's not going to therapize you.
He did. And
not in an argument.
Like, and my thing is this. If you know that I've experienced trauma, why the fuck have you not adjusted yet?
Yeah.
In all these years. And then I also, my other curiosity is, how is it that every single person that I know personally in my life, that knows me, that loves me, that respects me, that, I can count on, they can count on me, none of them are like, Melissa has a problem communicating. Not a single one. Only you. Only you misunderstand me. Only you. What's that? At some point, you don't think you're the common denominator. And he's like, babe, like you're mean. I'm like, okay, but why am I mean? How did we get here? I'd be trying to understand. Dead ass. I'd be trying to understand. I didn't yell. You did, and that's how we got here. Your tone was crazy, and but now your tone right now is like real condescending and crazy, like the way you're talking to me right now. But how did we get here, though?
I'm just trying to match your energy.
That's what I'm saying.
Hello. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Imperfect Strangers Podcast. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts except for Spotify. Don't ask. You can find it in the highlights why we are not there if you really care, but you probably don't. In the meantime, you can find us in all of these places. Get that pen and pencil ready. Go. ImperfectStrangersPodcast.com. That's our website. ImperfectStrangers_podcast. That's our Instagram. Imperf Strangers. That's our Twitter. And we have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Imperfect Strangers. Thank you to Victor Lucas. You are the star of the show. You are our new sound effects guy. Thank you so very much. And I guess that's really it. If you're having a moment and you need something to do and you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, you can leave us a 5-star rating and a review, because giving us 4 stars would be a crime. Shout out to Moms and Murder. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.